Hi, today I want to show you a control which is very commonly used in let's say desktop environments, and these are the these are the radio buttons. So how the radio buttons work under Free Pascal or Lazarus? So at first we have a form, and we can place radio buttons, which are these little dots here on the screen, by clicking on them. Just as usual, we can place them anywhere in the form, but let's add some additional ones. So basically you have other controls. So if you have just a radio button control on the screen, then these radio buttons are acting on a way that that basically they are forming a group, and whenever you click on one radio button, the other will become unchecked. So we can test it right now. So here you can see the radio buttons, and if I'm clicking on them, you can see that the behavior is like this, that you have the radio buttons checked or unchecked depending on when you click on them. So how you can control these radio buttons? It's I would say very easy, because you just need to set them checked or unchecked. So if we are putting an event into the application, let's put it in the on activate procedure, and let's initialize, because as you have seen that the radio buttons originally are not initialized. You can do it from the application, but you can also set one of the buttons or one of the radio buttons like this, that it's checked, and if you set it to true, then this will be the checked. You can already see it on the form designer. But let's take it out, and basically this will show you that how you can control it from an application. So let's address the radio button. In this case, let's put it to 2. Take some time until it's fine and checked, and let's say it's true. So when we are running it, then you can see that the let's say the default setting is the radio button 2. So as you can see, you can address the buttons as they are. I mean, just simply finding the class in the application code, and then use one of the properties to set it. Of course, if you want to uncheck, let's add an additional radio button here, just to see how this works. So we can say, for example, that radio button 1 we set to disabled. So let's disable it, and then when we are running it, of course that button will not be selectable in the application. So you can see that it's already grayed out, and we can only work on the 2 other buttons. So these are the basic concept of the radio buttons, but you might have the case that you need to have more radio button groups. So you want to control maybe more functions in the application, and you want to separate these radio buttons from each other. So in this case, you have several controls which can help you. So you have at first the panel. Let's put the panel here. and then you can place inside the panel some checkboxes or radio buttons. Anyway, let's put the third one here. Okay, and let's take out the panel caption just to show the panel itself without caption. And then when you run it, these buttons will be embedded here into the panel itself, and they are behaving separately from the buttons on the main form. So panel is one thing where you can add these radio buttons. So why you should use another type of grouping of the radio buttons, because in the panel you need to address the buttons individually. So if you want to take out the result or which button is clicked, you need to check each individual button separately. But you can have other controls, and basically this one is the radio button group, or the radio group. And here, let's say we take out again the caption. We don't need a caption right now. Oh, no, did not. Okay. And then let's put radio buttons here, but you will see that here you can put radio buttons, or you can place radio buttons on another way. The T radio group has a property called items, which is basically a string array. And here when you click on the items and you say radio 1, radio 2, radio 3, save it, okay, oops, okay. And then these buttons will appear on the radio group like this. And why this is interesting, because here you can control the radio buttons together. So basically these radio buttons are falling under the group of the radio button group, and you can control, or you can check which radio button is clicked, or you can even check it right when it is changing. So how you can do that? That here you have an on selection changed procedure, and here if you let's say define this or you use this procedure, then you can basically check which item is selected. So if we place let's say place an edit field here just below this, okay, so let's place it here, and let's call this edit selected radio button. Okay, and let's clear the text field. It's under the text. Okay, so we delete it, and let's go back to the procedure. And now we have a property here which is sorry, not here but in the radio group, and here we have an index, item index, and the items, of course. So what we can do here is that whenever we select something, then it's going into the item index as it is. So when nothing is selected, then you can see that the item index is 1, and it can start from 0 to the end of the content of this radio buttons. So let's put into the selected radio button text, let's put in here the radio group 1 dot items, and let's put here the radio group 1 font dot item index. So basically what we are doing here is that we are taking out from the items the one which is at the selected index. So when we are running this this short application, selected radio button, sorry for that. So when we run the application and we go into the radio boxes, then you can see that the text from here, so the item index at the item index is selected, and we are getting the value out. Of course, you can fill up this with on different way, that you can define different indexes. You can create like a kind of list box or something similar, which can be then added to the radio group. Okay, so this is basically how the radio buttons are working. You just need to select the one you want. You need to initialize it. So here you can get it with the value what you want to add. So now let's select the second item, which will be the index 1, and then when we are running it, then of course the application will start with the preset values. So you can see that it's already jumped to here. In the other case, what I mentioned as well, that once you want to initialize the radio buttons inside the panel, you should also use the value of the radio button itself. So you should initialize it on a way that, for example, here the radio button 4, because this is in the panel, and then use the true again. And when we are initializing it like this, then of course we will have a value already set inside, and when you change it, of course you can do it. But here you don't have the chance to handle it as a group. So whenever you change this, then you can get the value out from the group, but here you need to address them individually. So how you can do this, the radio button. So for example, just take the radio button 4 here, and we have an event, and we have the on change. The on change procedure, what we can use for testing it if it is selected. So here you see that this is for the radio button 4. So let's check it how it works. So this will be the radio button 4 checked. Then we can write into the let's write into the text will be created earlier. And here, of course, we can use the caption of this button to be set here. So we can say radio button for caption as a string here, and sorry, in this way. And if it is not selected, so we are basically going out from this, or we selecting another radio button in the group, then we can tell something else to the application or to the user. And let's say that we are saying radio for is not selected, and close the if statement here. So let's try it out. And then when we are clicking out, because now we were linking a procedure to the radio button 4, and that is already selected. So when we are going out from it, you can see that radio button 4 is not selected. But when we are selecting it, it goes immediately there to that the radio button 4 is selected again. If you go to another one, so basically this on change procedure is working just on this button. But if we adding another one, so basically what is important here is that then you need to address each individual buttons by themselves. So you need to handle each and every radio button separately. In the radio group, of course, with the change you can get the index out, and you basically solve the problem with one line of code here. Okay, there is another panel type as well, but this is something similar to the simple panel, and this is the group box. So here it looks like the radio group box as well, but when we are coming here, then you can see that we in this group box we also don't have the items defined. So basically we can get a similar behavior like for the panel. So we need to add the buttons individually, and now I just add only 2 buttons here, and you can see that here the buttons are added, while in the radio button group you don't have child elements here. In the group box you need to have child elements, because this is not defining by itself the elements of the group. Okay, so when you are running this, it's not a magic, because this will be behaving exactly on the same way as the others, but you can put a name of the group here right above the box. So basically why these panels are important, as I said at the beginning, that if you want to separate different radio button groups, then you need to put them into groups. Otherwise you can't let's say control the behavior, so you cannot use the buttons as real groups here. Okay, that's all about radio buttons, and if you like the tutorial, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you, and see you on the next tutorial.